videos.
Alright, what is up guys? Welcome back to HalferLand Performance Videos. Hope everyone is doing well. If you guys haven't seen our Instagram, please check it out. It's at HalferLand Performance. We are currently having our new product being made, which is going to be our HalferLand J32, J35 upgraded 800 horsepower high silicone pistons. So they will come in stock or standard diameter or bore, so they'll be 100% drop-in affair. You don't have to overbore them or bore out the cylinders as other pistons that are like 89.5 millimeters. These will be 100% drop-in affair. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. Check out our Instagram, and we also are having a group buy on them, just as we did with our J-Series, our J35 1000 horsepower rods. That group buy went phenomenal. A great turnout for it. We had a lot of customers buy them, so in turn once again we're going to offer you guys the savings. So check it out, Instagram, and if you guys want to contact us in regards to ordering in the group buy, please contact us through email at halferland@gmail.com. Alright, as you guys may know from the title of the video, I've been getting a lot of questions on this, and occasionally we do have this request from customers, which would be the anti-lag or the Crackle Pop tune for your cars. Though I really don't recommend it, guys, because it does cause additional wear to just different components. Because basically, what you're doing, you're causing the combustion to happen at a later time within the cycle. So basically the ignition or the spark plug is firing much later than what it should be, and what that does, it allows the flame to basically propagate at the very end of the exhaust stroke. So basically a normal 4-stroke engine, you have suck, squeeze, and then it bangs there, which pushes the piston down, and then up is the exhaust, which is blow. So suck, squeeze, bang, blow. All right, and that would be the force. So on this bang, instead of banging at the top of the cylinder, you are actually banging about here. So as the piston's going up, it's igniting. That flame is propagating, it's expanding, and then it's shooting out the exhaust valve. So you're gonna have a much hotter. You're gonna see more wear on like the exhaust. They're probably gonna, or the exhaust valves are probably gonna be wider, obviously, because they're gonna be much hotter. And then you're gonna have literally flames coming through your exhaust. So like I said, it can cause additional wear. It's not the best for engines, but some people like to do it. A lot of the newer 4-cylinder cars, you'll see a lot of them have a lot of crackle and banging. You know, like an example would be the Ford Focus, I believe, ST, whatever one's turbo. But a lot of the newer cars, even the Hyundai Veloster, I think it is, they even do it. But some pros to it would be obviously anti-lag. So if you're boosted and you have, say, a bigger turbo and you want to keep it spooled up, this will help, obviously, because it's pushing those exhaust gases, or actually the whole combustion, through the exhaust, which in turn goes through the turbo and spins it up. So what I have here, guys, I just have a basic, I think it's an Acura TL, just a base Honda tune open. So what you guys want to do, there's a couple ways to go about it. The first one, which is kind of like it allows the customer more flexibility, or allows you more flexibility, that you can actually choose when the crackle and bang is happening. So what you'll want to do, guys, Usually I don't like to do it anything under 2000, so I'll go 2000 and above, right? And this is going to be on the low ignition table. So this is your low ignition table, this is your high whenever you're into VTEC, or on the high cam. So excuse me guys, I've been stuffy for a while, but over 2000, what you guys want to do, you can do it a few different ways. Whatever works best, you gotta kind of play around with it. So we're gonna do negative 10 degrees timing. So instead of, like I said before, instead of the spark plug firing, say 30 degrees before top dead center, it's actually gonna fire negative 10. So as it's coming back down, it's gonna fire. And the more negative degrees of timing that you put into it, the later the combustion or the spark is gonna happen. Okay, so what you're going to want to do, as you can see here, I have all the tables above 2000, so 2300 and above. I have them highlighted. So the more negative ignition timing you go, the more aggressive the anti-lag or the crackle is going to be. And what this does here, guys, if you just simply change the ignition tables, and you can also do it on the high cam, though most just like to do it on the low cam just to have that sound. But also, like I said before, it does help keep the turbo spooled up. So you can also do the same to the high cam. Once again, you're going to want to do it above 2000, so we're gonna go 2500 and above, and you're gonna want to do it on these first two columns right here, because this is where you're gonna have the most vacuum, is when you're letting off the gas. So when you let off the gas, you'll see the tables come through and they'll shoot back down to here. What you do whenever you only adjust the ignition tables, that's going to allow you to modulate the throttle. So if you want it to crackle and bang, you let off and you just apply a slight amount of gas, and that basically keeps the injectors firing and you'll start hearing the crackle. The most aggressive you can go in regards to negative timing or negative degrees is 10. So I would start with like 0 and then see if you like that, and if you want it more aggressive, go with -5. And then, like I said, the most Honda will let you go is -10 degrees timing. So -10, like I said before, guys, you got suck, squeeze, and then you got bang, and bang is usually right about before it gets to top dead center. Here it's going past top dead center, back down. It's already heading back down, and the spark plug's exploding. The spark plug is igniting there, coming down, and then you still have that flame propagating, and that's what's shooting out the exhaust. So like I said, the more aggressive you want to go with it, the more negative degrees of timing you want to go. And whenever you're only adjusting the ignition timing tables, that's where you'll have to modulate the throttle. So say you get on it, let off, and then very slight amount of throttle, and that will keep the injectors open, because obviously you'll need a little bit of fuel to make the bang happen. Now, if you want it to always happen, whenever you let off the throttle, it's just gonna keep firing. It's just gonna pop, 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 pop. All right. So that's the first method, where you'll have to modulate the throttle just a little bit to keep the injectors open and firing. Now, if you always want it to happen, you always want the crackle, you always want the anti-lag to happen, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to keep those fuel injectors open anytime you're off the throttle. So what you're going to want to do, you're going to go over to fuel, and you're going to go over to overrun fuel cut delay. And what that is basically the amount of time in milliseconds that your injectors will stay on, to basically help the car not be as jerky, be a little more smoother. So it cuts the ignition it cuts the fuel off a little slower, to give it a little steadier of a deceleration. So here you can see Honda has it set up at 40 milliseconds. What you'll want to do, select a gear. So 1 through 3 usually is where we do it. 4, 5, and 5 also is 6. So 5 and 6 are the same for gears. We usually do 1, 2, and 3 for the customers, and we'll turn those to 500. So you just go ahead and you go to 500 milliseconds. 500 milliseconds, and now basically those injectors will keep firing even whenever you are off a throttle. So it'll have the fuel and it'll have the negative degrees and timing, and you'll constantly hear crack, pop, 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 pop. And I've done it on mine, guys, and honestly, I don't like it. I don't run it, even though I run a pretty big turbo, 69 mil. I just don't like the crackle and pop. Now, if I was road coursing or tracking the car like that, not strip, not drag racing, but like actually tracking the car, you know, autocross or something like that, what I would personally do, because you're gonna be pretty much on the high cam tables, I would do it above like 3,500, and I would do, you know, -5 degrees timing, and then and the same thing with the injectors. I would go back to fuel, and I would run over to my overrun fuel cut delay, and I would put this probably at 100, and I would start messing around like that. And of course, you'll want a data log, and you'll see running through the data logs. I don't have one open right now, but you'll see when you let off the throttle, your mapper, your PSI will come down to 26.1, or those first two. I hope this was helpful at least a little bit, guys. Probably a little rambly, but in any case, I just wanted to address this because I got a lot of customers asking, and like I said, run this at your own risk, guys. It can cause additional wear to the motor, so just be cautious of that. And in any case, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope it was helpful. Please don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button to help us out. Also comment if you guys have any suggestions on future videos. Please let us know. And I am still working on tuning my J35. I've been tuning a shitload of customers, guys. It's great, man. It's fulfilling helping other guys go fast, and we have a few customers with our cams and our tuning that are just about done, and it's going to be exciting to show you guys some dynos, and then to show you our dyno with our HalferLand Stage 1 J35A7 turbo build. So I'm working towards it, guys. Got so much shit going on, running 2 companies, got family and stuff, and then cars and all the projects, all the parts, and then of course all the stuff that we're releasing. So once again, guys, check us on IG, on Instagram at HalferLand Performance, because we do have our 800 horsepower J-Series J32, J35 piston group buy going on. So let us know if you're interested, and that would be HalferLand@gmail.com. And I am done rambling, guys. I appreciate you watching, and I'll catch you next time.